Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the Tempest and we get to hear from Caliban today in Act 2, Scene 2, which is kind of fun. Caliban, if you remember, is the son of the witch Sycorax, who has since died, but she was not necessarily the good witch. She might have been the wicked witch. Ariel particularly didn't like Sycorax, and Caliban is often described as somewhat monstrous, misshapen, all of these sorts of things. And when Prospero and Miranda first came to the island, they took care of him. They were affectionate towards him. He helped them figure out where things were on the island, that sort of a thing. And then he tried to rape Miranda. So they are not a fan of Caliban's anymore, and they use him as a servant. He fetches their firewood and all of these sorts of things. So anyway, Caliban kicks off the scene, but the other stuff that has happened, Prospero is trying to set up Miranda with Ferdinand, who is the son of Alonso, the king of Naples. Alonso thinks that Ferdinand is likely dead because the shipwreck, all of that sort of thing. And Antonio and Sebastian very nearly killed Alonso and Gonzalo in the last scene while they were sleeping, so that Sebastian could become king of Naples to sort of mirror Antonio becoming Duke of Milan by getting rid of his brother, that sort of a thing. But then Ariel woke Alonso and Gonzalo and everybody else up before Antonio and Sebastian could kill them. And they were like, oh, we heard a herd of lions. So yeah, and they have decided to set off around the island and try to find Ferdinand if indeed he is still alive, which we know he is, but his dad doesn't think that he is, and his dad's being sort of a sad sack about it. As makes sense if you think your kid is dead. So anyway, Act 2, Scene 2, we are somewhere else on the island, and Caliban kicks off the scene by himself by saying, all the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flat on Prosper fall, and make him by inchmeal a disease. Spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse, but they'll nor pinch, fright me with urchin shoes, pitch me in the mire, nor lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless he bid 'em. But for every trifle are they set upon me, sometime like apes that mow and chatter at me, and after bite me. Then, like hedgehogs, which lie tumbling in my barefoot way, and mount their pricks at my footfall, sometime am I all wound with adders, who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo! Now lo! Here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. I'll fall flat. Perchance he will not mind me. So, Caliban hates Prospero, is what he's saying. First, he wants to curse Prospero, but then he gets afraid because, Prospero does magic and has spirits that assist him and all of that sort of thing. So he's afraid that, Prospero has ears everywhere, and if he curses Prospero, Prospero's going to know and then set his minions on Caliban. So he's like, oh, maybe I should watch my tongue, but those things don't do anything to me until Prospero tells them to do those things. But they show up looking like all kinds of other things, sometimes like apes, sometimes like snakes, sometimes like hedgehogs, and they're all here to torment me. But then he sees Trinculo come in. Trinculo is one of the persons who is on the boat. We haven't met him yet, but we'll get to meet him tomorrow. Trinculo comes in, and Caliban thinks that this is one of Prospero's tormentors, or spirits, come to punish Caliban for not bringing the wood in quickly. So he falls flat on the ground and decides he's going to hide by trying to blend in to the surroundings. So now Trinculo is on stage, kind of sort of by himself, and he has some things to say in tomorrow's monologue. I'll see you then for that. Mwah.